Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Shri Sadguru Paramatmane Namaha. Sarva Maharshibhyo Namaha. In 5 verses, the Lord declares the qualities of Gnana. 8th Shloka. Amanitvam dambitvam ahimsa kshantirarjavam acharyopasanam saucham stairyam atma vinigraha. 9th Shloka. Indriyarteshu vairagyam anahankaram evacha janma mrityu jara vyadihi dukha doshanudarshanam. 10th Shloka. Asaktirana vishwangaha putradhara gruhadishu nityam cha samachittatvam ishtanishtopapatishu. 11th Shloka. Mayi chananya yogena bhaktirabhyacharini vivikta desha sevitvam maratirjana samsadi. 12th Shloka. Adhyatma gnana nityatvam tattva gnana artadarshanam etadgnanamiti proktam agnanam yatathonyatha. Substance. Absence of self-glorification, absence of pretension, non-injury, fortitude, uprightness, service to teacher, purity, firmness, self-control, dispassion towards sense objects, absence of egoism, remembrance of the evil and sorrows of birth, death, old age and pain, non-attachment and non-identification with son, wife, house, etc., constant equal-mindedness during desirable and undesirable occurrences, unswerving devotion to me by the yoga of non-separation, resorting to solitary places, distaste for the society of men, constancy of self-knowledge, perception of the true end of knowledge. All this is gnanam, and what is opposed to it is ignorance, agnanam. Commentary. In this discourse, both knowledge and the object of knowledge are explained. The moral and the spiritual qualities needed for self-realization are stated as knowledge, gnanam here. Without perfect command of these qualities, no one can attain Paramatma. When the mirror is pure, the reflection is clear, not otherwise. Thus, when the mind is purified by spiritual qualities, the self is clearly reflected in it. So the seeker has to cultivate these qualities of gnanam first, and the self-existent Paramatma is revealed spontaneously without any effort on the part of man. All effort, all practice, all sadhana is needed to purify the mind by acquisition of these moral and spiritual qualities. There ends all effort. The realization of Paramatma occurs by itself. No effort is needed. 20 spiritual qualities are mentioned here. The seeker has to understand each one of them and make them all part of his own personality. Acharyopasanam, service to the Guru, is an essential factor in spiritual life. Without the benediction of God and Guru, no advancement is possible. Knowledge of Atma is attained by their grace. Saucham, purity both internal and external, is another essential factor of spiritual life. The mind and body should be washed clean of all their dirt and foul passions. Stairyam, the seeker should be firm, determined and resolute. His decisions should be unalterable. The views and opinions of worldly men should not be allowed to loosen the firmness of one's own conviction about spiritual truth. Atma Vinigraha. Here the word Atma stands for senses and mind. They should be thoroughly brought under control without any fear of rebellion from them at any time. The power of Maya can easily trap up a man if his self-control is partial or inadequate. Indriyahar teshu vairagyam. Dispassion for sense objects is the test of a gnani. The man of knowledge is never tempted by the attractions of the sense world. If the mind runs after sense pleasures, it cannot be brought to rest in the self. Meditation is not possible. The seeker has to develop Vairagya as the very life element of spiritual progress. He should turn the mind towards inwards to look into the self by withdrawing it from its usual wanderings in the objective world. Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukkha Dosha Anudarshanam. Generally, people are able to understand the evils of old age, disease, and death, but do not understand the evils of birth. When a child is born, people feel happy, but the Lord here says that birth itself is evil and sorrowful because all the ensuing ills and miseries of life come after birth. When there is no birth, there is no body. When there is no body, there is no old age, or disease, or death. That is why both birth and death are said to form the cycle of samsara. The man who desires to escape death should also avoid birth. One cannot be had without the other. The true aspirant thinks deeply and sees clearly. Anudarshanam, all the evils arising from the material life. By such contemplation, he develops a deep inspiration to transcend these evils by every means possible. He finds ultimately that he is not the body, but Atma, the unborn and deathless, free from all the modifications of the body and mind. Thus, he transcends death. This habit of the mind to see the evils of life and death is of utmost importance in the path of knowledge. Asaktir anubhishwangaha putradhara gruhadishu. The householders should think of this aspect of gnana. He should understand that these things of wife and children, positions and possessions do not really belong to him. It does not mean that he should abandon them. The idea is that there should not be any mental attachment for them. He should realize that he has nothing to do with them, though externally he discharges all the duties of the whole householder. Samachittatvam, equanimity of mind under all circumstances, is again the essence of gnana. The wise man is constant and steady, whatever may happen, because he knows that he is not the kshetra, but the kshetragna. So he is indifferent to joy or sorrow, good fortune or ill fate. But bhakti ravicharine. The Lord mentions devotion to Him as one of the qualities of knowledge. The devotion should be constant and continuous, and it should not be diverted towards any other object in the world. Though in the beginning such single minded devotion is not possible, yet by resolute practice he should attain that state when the mind rests steadfast in the Lord and does not move away from Him. Vivikta Desha Sevitam. In the early stages, the company of worldly minded people causes great distraction, vikshepa, and so the seeker is required to resort to solitary places for silent thinking and meditation. It is quite possible to create such silence and solitude in one's own house by keeping a room separately for purpose of study and meditation. As the seeker advances, he takes to silence and the solitude naturally. Arathirgnana samsadi. The company of indifferent people should be avoided. Satsang is always desirable. Adhyatma gnana nityatvam. Constancy of divine contemplation and knowledge is taught here. The light of knowledge should be steady and bright in the heart always. If the light is extinguished, darkness immediately envelops the heart of man. When gnana is lost, agnana enters at once. When agnana is put off, gnana dawns at once. They are like light and darkness. When the one is, the other is not. The seekers should remember the Lord's instructions and try to be aware of the truth at all times. Such awareness keeps off avidya from possessing the heart of man. Tattvajnanartha darshanam. Direct experience of the truth is one of the important qualities of the gnani. It is not speculation or logic or argument, but actual perception of Atma, which is Brahmagnana. Agnanam yadatonyatha. What is ignorance? What is not gnana is ignorance. The Lord need not explain what ignorance is. Everybody knows it already. Pride and arrogance, selfishness, envy and jealousy, ill will, hatred, and a host of evil passions, desires, hopes, and fears which beset the mind constitute ignorance. Question: what are the qualities of Vignani and how many are they? Answer: they are 20. First one: absence of self glorification, absence of pretension, and non injury, fortitude, uprightness, service to teacher, purity, firmness, self control, dispassion towards sense objects, absence of egoism, remembrance of the evils and sorrows of birth, death, old age, and pain, non attachment, non identification with sons, wife, house, etc., constant equal mindedness during desirable and undesirable occurrences, unswerving devotion to the Lord by the yoga of Anand separation, resorting to solitary places, distaste for the society of men, constancy of self knowledge, perception of the true end of knowledge. These are the qualities of Gnani.